Welcome to Lesson 17b, Data Annotation Validators in MVC. In Lesson 16b, you saw how to add custom validation code to the controller. However, it is much better practice not to include validation logic in the controller. One way to add simple data validation to your application without adding code to the controller is to use Data Annotation Validators. To use Data Annotation Validators, you must add the following using statement to the code on your page. You must import the system.componentModel.dataAnnotations namespace. These are the validation attributes that are included in the Data Annotations namespace. The custom validation attribute is used to specify a custom validation method at runtime. The range attribute is used to define the valid range for the value. The regular expression attribute is used to provide the regular expression with which the value is compared. The required attribute is used to indicate that a value is required. And finally, the string length attribute can be used to specify both the minimum and maximum number of characters for the value. In this lesson, you use Data Annotation Validators to add validation to a web application. There are no lesson requirements. To get started with this project, select New Project, ASP.NET MVC2 Web Application, and enter Lesson 17b for the name of the application. Finally, click the OK button. First thing we need to do is add a new model. So click Add, Class, and name the new model contact.cs. Add a using statement, which is using system.componentModel.dataAnnotation. Then add the contact. It has three properties. First is the name, which is required. The age, which is also required and has to be between 0 and 110, and then the email address, which is required and is going to be validated against a regular expression. Now, build the application by selecting Build Lesson 17b from the Build menu. Add a new view. So first, add a new folder called Contact. Then right-click the Contact folder to add a view. Name the view Create. Click the Create a Strongly Typed View checkbox and select the Contact data class. Change the view content to Create and click the Add button. Here's our new view. Now we need a new controller. Click Add Controller, name the controller Contact Controller, click the Add Action Methods button, checkbox, and then click the Add button. I'm going to update the Create action method that responds to the HTTP post. We're going to have the model binder automatically binded to the models.contact object. We're going to call it Contact. If the model state is valid, which means the system was able to bind the data that was returned by the form to the models.contact class, then go ahead and redirect the action to the index. Otherwise, go ahead and return the same view, and this way the validation helpers will be able to display the errors returned by the model state. Let's update the site master. We're going to add a new tab, a contact tab. Change this to Contact. Our action method is Create. and click the F5 button. Click the Contact tab, and here is the new Create form. You can see the only thing that's not quite right is the email address. We should have a space between the two words, email and address. So go back to the Contact class and add another using statement. Add a using statement at system.componentModel. And now this will allow you to decorate your email address with the display name attribute. And we'll change it to email space address. And click the F5 button. Hit the Contact tab, and then the email address has a space.